Hello kids! Welcome to Nexa Visions. Today I am taking you on a super exciting adventure in math. In this video, we're going to explore the Pythagorean Theorem, a fantastic math concept. But before we dive into it, let's take a look at today's lineup. First, we are going to talk about types of triangles. Then we are going to identify right angles. Then let us take a look at what is Pythagorean Theorem. And finally the exercise to improve the knowledge you took. First, let's talk about triangles. Triangles can be classified into different types based on the measures of their angles. Here are the three main types of triangles according to their angles. The first one is the acute triangle. Here all three interior angles of an acute triangle are less than 90 degrees. So let us say the angles of the triangle are A, B, C. Then the condition of the triangle to be an acute triangle is all A, B, C should be less than 90 degrees. The second type is the right triangle. It is the most important one in this video, as in the Pythagorean theorem we are working with right triangles. A right triangle has one interior angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. And third type of triangle is the obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle has one interior angle that measures more than 90 degrees. The condition for a triangle to be an obtuse angle is it has one angle that is more than 90 degrees. So those are the types of triangles according to their angles. Now let us have a quick recap about what we just learnt. Here's a simple way to remember these types. Acute triangles have three acute angles which are all less than 90 degrees. Right triangles have a right angle of 90 degrees. Finally, obtuse triangles have an obtuse or big angle which is more than 90 degrees. Okay. From now let us focus on the triangle which is important to the Pythagorean theorem. Yes, as I said earlier, it is the right triangle. Do you know how to spot a right angle when you were given a right triangle? Well, it's as easy as this. Right angles look just like the corner of a book, an L shape, or even a bent arm. They are always 90 degrees. So now we know how to identify a right angle. Now, let's meet a very clever guy named Pythagoras. He discovered something amazing in math that we call the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay, here's the big secret. The Pythagorean theorem says that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the longest side, which we call the hypotenuse, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. In simpler terms, if you have a right-angled triangle, you can use this theorem to find the length of any side. It's like magic. Let me explain it more. Here you have a triangle, so first, we need to identify whether this is a right angle, and you already know how to do that. Yes, we need to see whether there is an L-shaped angle. Yes, as you see, our triangle has a right angle. In the theorem, it says in a right triangle, the longest side is called the hypotenuse. Let us name the triangle as ABC. So here AC is the longest side. In the theorem it says the square of the longest side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. In this case, square of AC equals the sum of the squares of AB and BC. Let's take a clearer view of the theorem I just explained using numerical values. It means if AB is 4 centimeters and BC is 3 centimeters, then we can find the length of AC using theorem. I think you got a clear understanding from the example. Let's use the Pythagorean theorem to solve a real-life problem. Imagine you have a ladder leaning against a wall. You know the height of the wall and the distance from the wall to the base of the ladder. Can you find the length of the ladder using the theorem? Of course you can. So what is the first thing you need to check? Yeah, where we can find the right triangle? As you can see here, between two walls we can find an L shape, which means we have the right angle, therefore ABC is a right triangle. And suppose we are given the lengths of walls are 12 centimeters and 5 centimeters. We are asked to find AC, which is the height of the ladder. Here, as you can see, AC is the longest side, so we can apply the Pythagorean theorem when finding AC. And that's it. You've just used the Pythagorean theorem to solve a real problem. You're a math superstar. Great job, kids. You've learned about different types of triangles, how to spot right angles, and the amazing Pythagorean theorem. Keep exploring, and remember, math is fun. If you have any questions or want to learn more, don't forget to leave a comment below. Thanks for joining us today. See you in the next adventure.